I made a video the other day talking about, the second time I was AWOL because I ain't know the rules. And everybody in there looking like the second time. Brother, we need to hear about the other times you was AWOL. I was AWOL 4.5 times. I'm going to tell y'all about the first time and the third time right now. I'll tell you about the 1.5 later. So yeah, it's the early 2000s. I'm fresh out of AIT. Them niggas Saudi pulled it with us with the 9/11, so niggas is ready to slide. I come to my unit, I come to Fort Campbell, I get in my unit. The unit is called, it was a Bravo Company, 6th Battalion, 101st. Yeah, it was Bravo 6 Batch, 6 of the 101st. And I get there, everything is cool. I like my squad, I like the people, everything is nice. I know we deploying soon, and so they letting people go on leave. I was one of the freshest one that just came, meaning I was new, I was green. So I get to go home on leave, because I just got an AIT in basic. I get to go be with my family before nigga go to war and shit. So boom, I sign out on leave. I drives back to Chicago. I'm home. Now mind you, my leave was 3 weeks. 3 weeks. After 4 or 5 days, I get a call from my unit. I'm answering the phone. First of all, the Army don't pay this motherfucker phone bill. So I ain't have to answer this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? But my mama called me from and says, baby, the phone for you. I think it's the Army. I don't know why civilians say it like that, though. It could have been your sergeant. No, it's the Army. Like the whole Army called you. But hear what I'm saying. I get on the phone, and I'm talking to this sergeant on the phone. He telling me, yeah, my leave is ended. I got to come back because we about to deploy. I forgot the term for it, but whatever. And I'm like, man, I ain't coming back. This motherfucker, this how you know these niggas think they got you. This nigga said, get that parade rest. Over the phone. He can't even see what I'm doing. And my goof ass got that parade rest. I snapped too. Roger, Sergeant. Like, he can't see me. He gonna ask my mama, ma'am, is he standing with one of his arms behind his back and he holding the phone with the other? She said, yes, sir, he is. He said, roger that. He said, soldier, I'm gonna need you to hug your parents and bring yourself back to Fort Campbell. I said, I got 2 more weeks and some change on my leave. He says, the leave has been ended early. I said, my leave form don't say that. He said, soldier, do some push-ups. Do some push-ups. Ma'am, let me know count his push-ups for me. She said, my mom ain't started counting. He was like, is he not doing them? I said, I ain't doing shit. I ain't doing shit. Listen to me. And I ain't coming back neither, nigga. He like, what? I said, man, I got 3 weeks leave. I'm taking 3 weeks leave. He said, soldier, if you take 3 weeks leave, not only are you AWOL, you missing movement. I said, bitch, I guess I'm missing movement. And I hung up on his ass. And I took a whole extra 2 weeks. Cause it take 45 days for certain things to get out your system. That's really why I ain't want to come back. Cause nigga, I just got here. I didn't smoke some, tooted some. Like, you ain't finna cause it's a drug test for you deploy. You ain't finna fuck my whole career up cause I was having a little fun, huh? Soldiers gotta have fun too, bitch. So I gets back to Fort Campbell, right? And you would not believe this. My whole unit is really gone. They deployed for real. I'm talking about, nigga, the barracks was empty. I went to the hangar, it's locked. The hangar's never locked. I go to battalion, it's like 7 people, and all of battalion left. And I showed them who I was. They said I was AWOL. I showed them my leave form and told them the story. The rear duty colonel gave no fucks. He was like, man, fuck them. We need you here on rear D anyway. And this is how the story, remember when I told y'all I was selling drugs to the colonel? This is how it happened when I became the colonel driver and all that. And I was in the rear for like 3 months, G, enjoying life, selling drugs and smashing Army wives, G. Next thing you know, the FBI started investigating, and the colonel didn't want to lose his career. And he said, Barnes, I need you to go to war. He said, if you go to war, all this shit blows the fuck over. I said, you right. I'm talking within the next week, bitch, I was in Iraq. And about 7 people got indicted. They tried to get me for motherfucking trafficking. I wasn't necessarily trafficking, but I took it somewhere. And all I got to say about that is shout out to Clarksville, Brick City. You know what it is, my people. Just to the 3rd time I was AWOL. The 3rd time I was AWOL, this one could be my fault. It could definitely be my fault. Listen, I'm at Fort Campbell. At the time, I'm in 96 ASB, Bravo Company 96. And at Fort Campbell, right around Fort Campbell in Clarksville, there's this barbecue restaurant called Knock 'em Hill. Yes, it is the best barbecue I've ever tasted in my life. Listen to me, it's called Knock 'em Hill. They only open up like 2 days out the week. And every time you go, it is packed full of people. Usually racist people, but if you wearing an Army uniform, oh, you's a good old boy. I like you, soldier. Let me go and buy you some lunch there. You know, your people always been a credit to America. Like, that's the only time they nice see we in Army uniform. But that's not the point. Everybody know it's Knockem Hill Day. We got a new sergeant that dislikes me. This nigga named Sergeant Campbell. Sergeant Campbell don't like me because I broke the #1 rule of power. Never outshine the master. The problem is Sergeant Campbell is a grown-ass dummy. Like, this motherfucker been in this job maybe 15 years. I've been in this job 4. And I am far more adept at this job. Like, I've changed shit in the manual before. This nigga don't even understand the manual. True shit, swear to God. He was one of them people that just did paperwork and never was with the soldiers and troops doing the work. Yeah, we got the same job. He just ain't never did it. And that's not his fault. That's how the Army be sometimes. But don't be mad that this little E4 is smarter than you. That motherfuckers told you need to get up under that specialist to learn your job, Big Sarn, and you gonna get mad at me. So listen, it's time to go to Knockem Hills one day. I look at one of my best good sergeants, Sergeant Montalvo, to this day. One of the smartest, the coolest, funniest niggas I ever met in my life. Half the time when I'm making you laugh, I'm still channeling this nigga from being around this nigga in war. You don't understand. Brian Montalvo. I go, Brian, man, Joe, let me leave early, man, so I can beat that line at Knockem Hill. He was like, nah, G, nah. We waiting on the formation. I said, man, fuck that formation, B. We ain't gonna miss it. We ain't at war. He said, nah, soldier, go on, chill out, Barnes. I'm getting hungry, and my stomach is, doing what hungry stomachs do. And I went up to him again. Hey, son, let me go to Knockem Hill, nigga. I bring you back a plate. All I heard in my brain was go. So all I heard was go, Barnes, go. Right? Boom, I hopped in the car, I bounced. Apparently, he said, no, Barnes, no. Now, I'm not making this shit up. My hunger heard go, which is why now I understand how some sexual assaults happen. Sometimes your hunger hears go when they didn't say go. But that's not the point. So I'm at Knockem Hill, I'm slamming. G, I got this old white racist dude just bought me, he bought me some leg quarters and some ribs, and he's asking me questions was the inner city, as nice as it is in Kentucky. And he don't know that the inner city is way better, but I lied to him just because I get free meals. I say, people don't understand the Southern living. He was like, what you mean by that, soldier? I say, everybody think that we smart, we moving fast pace, we got all this and that, but the real smart people, the real geniuses come from the South. And he was like, see, you know it, you know how to tell it. You see, you had to be in both places to understand. Hey, Martha, listen to this young man, he gonna tell you how it is. You know what I'm talking about? I'm chilling and shit. Next thing I know, I get a phone call from Sergeant Montalvo. He say, Barnes, where the fuck are you? I said, I'm at Knockem Hill, I got your plate. He say, Knockem Hills? I told you couldn't go, soldier. I said, no, Sergeant, you said go. He said, nah, nigga. I said, no. I said, you said no? He said, man, come on back, man. They writing you up for AWOL, bro. They writing me up as AWOL. I ain't been gone an hour and a half. He say, bro, they writing it up as AWOL. You got to come sign this counseling, bro. They really recommending you to get a field grade Article 15. So, like, they really charging me with AWOL right now. And I've been gone for an hour. He said, yeah. I said, all right, I'll see you when I get back. Nigga, I ain't come back for 4 weeks, like a month and a half. I ain't come back like a month and a half, I swear to God. Like, the fuck you mean? You can't be a little bit AWOL. Me and my bitch went to Miami. We spent time in Chicago. I came home and bought my nieces and nephews, my little sister shit, some Jordans and shit. You know what I'm saying? I had my fill, waited till I was able to pass the drug test again, and went right back to the Army. You know why? Because I gotta be all I could be. Not all they want me to be, bitch. I could be all I could be. You see that strong? And then there's Bebe Strong. I couldn't end this story without telling you how much of a real one Brian Montalvo is, though. When I came back, he saw me first, and he smoked the shit out of me. He did it on purpose. He made me do push-ups, flutter kicks, roll left, roll right, up, back, go, front, back, go. He fucked me up for one reason. So that as soon as I signed the counseling package, as soon as I signed this counseling that was recommending for me to get a field grade Article 15, he wrote in the comments, soldier has already been punished. So instead of me getting punished, nigga, we both got punished. First sergeant was like, hey man, fuck out of here with that. Soldier been punished already. Hell no. That nigga been gone a month. Both of you motherfuckers can get extra duty. Follow me for more.